Okay guys, we're going to do a little tips and tricks here on vinyl decals, and I'm just going to simulate a decal with this transfer tape because it has a backing on it, and I can apply it to this work surface here and peel it back up. But anyway, the first thing you want to do, make sure that the surface that you're going to apply it on is clean and dry. Find you some type of squeegee, credit card, hotel room key, Bondo applicator works really good too. But the first thing you want to do is lay down on a good flat surface and go over with moderate pressure, just like this, and make sure that the transfer tape is stuck to the vinyl. And pay any particular attention to anything where there's small text. You can, rub pretty hard in those areas just to make sure that they're stuck to the transfer tape good. And then to position it the way I like to do it on stickers like this, like the Hoosier XJ sticker, I hold it up where I want it and I measure up to the vinyl, not necessarily the edge of the transfer tape, but to the vinyl so that you know that you're correct. And an extra pair of hands here sometimes makes a difference, but I like blue tape, and I'll show you what I do. Hold it down flat. Once you get it into position, we're going to put some tape. I like to go this way. You can go across the whole sticker, however you like. If you go this way, you can actually move the ends back and forth a little bit to get it right if you need to. You don't have to tape both sides, but I like to, just to keep it flat. And tape this end as well. And this end, if you're left-handed, leave this end open. If you're right-handed, like I am, leave this end untaped. And just kind of push it down and make sure it's flat against your surface and tape that end down. Now you're located, it should be flat and square with your surface, and we're going to come over here. This has not got any vinyl on it, but we're going to just use this as a simulation. And you start your transfer tape away from the backing and just pull it slowly. And I like to pull it like this, and watch this area here and make sure all your vinyl's staying on the transfer tape and pulling away from the backing. And I like to pull up at closer to 90 degrees so that the transfer tape pulls more on the vinyl and pulls it away from the backing. Then when you get close to this area, and normally I like to put this tape somewhere in the middle or close to the middle, grab a pair of scissors and we're just going to chop this right off. We're just going to get rid of this. Now very carefully. Now this tape has the sticker located and square, so you can either use your finger and get just a quarter of an inch or so of the vinyl started, or you can use your squeegee and get that adhered. And don't pull on this or you could skew the sticker. This is going to do your alignment. So just slowly work in the center, and I like to kind of go out to the edges like this. Moderate pressure here. It doesn't need to be real hard, but enough to keep all the air bubbles out. Okay, we got that side. Now you're stuck. We can get rid of all the tape. We're going to fold this back on itself. And the only tricky part about this is it's kind of hard to watch the transfer tape on this side while you're pulling the backing off to make sure all the vinyl's coming up with it. But you can kind of watch this area, and if something happens to stick to the backing, you can always push it back down and give it a little extra rub there and make sure that it all peels off. And I normally get a little bit out here and then hold this over. Don't put a lot of tension on it, just hold it, put a little bit of tension on it, and start working back this way with it. From the middle out. And then you can come back here and just keep going, paying attention to making sure your vinyl's coming off and it's staying on the transfer tape, coming off of the backing. This transfer tape is a kind of a medium tack, so it doesn't normally have any problem getting the vinyl pulled off. And you just keep going. Now, once your transfer tape's down, your vinyl's applied, go over it with pretty firm pressure in several different directions, and this will make sure that your vinyl is adhered well to the surface. And again, any small texture areas, you can use the corner and, just make sure that it's down nice and firm. Start your transfer tape up in the corner, and when I pull the transfer tape, I like to keep it pulled right back on itself so that it tends not to lift as much on the vinyl, but to pull it off of the vinyl. And you can pull this all at once, but the way I like to do it is, once I get it going, I kind of work it back and forth at an angle so that you're not pulling all the adhesive at once. It just makes it a little easier to pull. Working from one side to the other. And if for some reason you have a piece, watch this area here. Make sure that the vinyl stays. If you have a piece that wants to lift, you can always go back and rub it down from this side. But just continue that motion until you are off the other side. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.